defensive back and then explode and go as we saw there.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Carr to throw on second down. Brought in by Walford, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Every quarterback likes having a reliable target at tight end, and I think young quarterbacks especially, because they want to get the ball in their hands quickly. I think these two, Derek Carr and Clive Walford, that's a pretty good connection for years to come for Oakland.
Yeah, he started to come on strong end of his rookie year. Now the Raiders really hoping for that second-year jump out of Walford. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. It's something you and I were mentioning before the game worth discussing. Julio Jones had that 300-yard game this past weekend for Atlanta, only the 6th time in NFL history, and there's been over 15,000 games played in NFL history.
That really puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Because to put up those kind of numbers, especially against a defense as skilled as Carolina's, Julio Jones is one of the best in the game.
Now Carr into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Johnson. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively...
And the Raiders have got him. Khalil Mack in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And quickly, they get to the line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. From the gun on third down, Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Caught here by Conley. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that'll be good for a KC first down. In the red zone this time. In motion, Hill. From the red zone now, Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jihad Ward in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Smith. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. Eight yards still remaining here on third down. Play clock winding down. Now Davis. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Back now in the East Bay. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They come up in an offset eye. They snap it to Smith. And no, it's incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And not great starting field position here for the offense. And the wideout in motion. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, to be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big play there for the Raiders. 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
A toss to Murray. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 3rd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. In motion left, that's Cooper. They're going to run it with Murray. It'll be a gain of 4. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Oh, 4th and short, right at midfield. This is where you tell your offense, I've got faith in you guys to get me a few yards. And sure enough, they repay that faith and keep the drive moving with a first down.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Check 59.
They go back to Murray on first down. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
We ready? 5 and 8. Zebra. Zebra.
On second down, here's Carr. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and it's 3rd down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
We ready?
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down.
We ready? Red 18, baby. Alert. Alert.
Now Carr, got to have this one. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series.
We ready?
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Let's go. All right, here we go. Wide and 8. Wide and 8.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come up in an offset eye.
Baby, alert. Alert. Here we go, baby. Alert. And 8. Wide and 8.
Now they try the right side here. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
They'll try to eat some clock now with Charles. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Jamal Charles, nobody in front. The 20. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts him up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner.